Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here. Pay no attention to that cheap street prostitute. What the bloody hell was that? Right, that looks like one of the flares from the end of the last video. What the bloody hell's that going on? Oh, sodding hell, that's the raccoon, isn't it? Jesus Christ, oh no, bloody hell, sodding raccoon. He's got me with another bloody airstrike, hasn't he? Wretched swine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose that means Mr. Raccoon's with us for this video, and yes, there he is. Hello, Mr. Raccoon, why don't you, you've gone and blown up my vehicle, why don't you give me a lift back on down to Maze Bank? Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. You know, me and Mr. Raccoon, we've been having a bit of a conflab, you know. We decided to compare of vehicles we'd both like to buy, you know, and decided, well, we're going to go and buy them, you know. Well, I'm going to buy them. We're going to buy them at the same time, you know. I was sort of going to get the 190Z, ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps another Lampadati. Oh, I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, don't speak to my secretary. She baked a rather large cookie and then threw it in my face. Anyway, like I was saying, yes, I was thinking about getting 190Z, and Mr. Raccoon was thinking about getting the Viseris or something like that, whatever it's called. I was as well. And we thought, well, why not go and buy a car, you know? So as it turns out, Mr. Raccoon's gone and got the 190Z, and we are here today to have a look at the Lampadati Viseris, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the Lampadati Viseris can be found under the legendary motorsport website, and we're going to have to scroll a little way down, ladies and gentlemen, because it's coming in about halfway down the first page there, I do believe. And there we go. Okay, or what's it called? The Viseris? The Viseris, I think, ladies and gentlemen. So the Lampadati Viseris, retailing for a price of $875,000, as you can see, and it's a sort of classic sports car there, isn't it? Okay, I think I'm going to go for it in a white or a blue. I think I'll go for a blue. Actually, no, I think I'll go for a white. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, we're going to send it on up to the Hillcrest residence, don't you know? And on this occasion, we're going to be getting there in the Ocelot Pariah, ladies and gentlemen. A rather fine car, very, very rapid, back end's a bit bouncy, as you can see. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We've got it up to Hillcrest after all, you know, after all sort of, whatnot, and now we're going to go on inside, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I would recommend, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Ocelot Pariah. It certainly is a very, very fine car for the money. You're really not going to get much better on the game. Really highly recommend that vehicle. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're inside the Hillcrest garage, you know, and we're here to have a look at the Lampadati Viseris, or whatever the heck it's called, you know. That's the name I'm going to go for, I think. And okay, there we go. So what do we think? Well, bloody hell, ladies and gentlemen, I quite like it. It looks like a cross between a sports car and a muscle car, you know. I should rather do think this would be more up Mr. Raccoon Street, though, you know. It really just seemed to sort of be his sort of vehicle. Like I say, I do like the styling, but it has got touches of sort of 1970s American muscle car, as well as the sort of the European sports car look to it, hasn't it? So he has a strange hybrid, ladies and gentlemen. Strange hybrid, it would seem, in appearance. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take it on out and see how she handles. And how about that? Well, it's Mr. Raccoon, and he's put his vehicle in a white. He's gone and got himself the 190Z, and as it turns out, we've both put them in white. Okay, well, we're going to have a look at each other's vehicles, and yes, actually, I think, yes, we both come to the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, that we've brought each other's vehicles. I much prefer the 190Z. It's very much like the GT500 there, and he is very, very taken with the Lampadati, as I thought he would be, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, it looks like a muscle car, looks like a sports car. It's very, very interesting. And of course, the sort of classic look of the 190Z there really does appeal to me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, either way, he's ramming in the back of my bloody car. Right, either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on. We're going to take it on the standard lap, and as we've got a Raccoon with us in a brand new car, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see how these two cars stack up against each other. You know, both of them are classic sports cars. Both of them are in the same sort of price range. I believe it's $900,000 on the nose for the 190Z, don't you know? And now, as you saw, ladies and gentlemen, it was sort of $875 for the Viseris, whatever the heck it's called. And so we're going to now see how they stack up, ladies and gentlemen, in a simple, unmodified road test. Okay, well, here we go, getting on down the street, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, whoops, this is okay, right, sodding hell, right, okay, handling's a little bit heavy, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit heavy, right, okay, there we go. So Mr. Raccoon's reporting the acceleration on that was very poor. Well, let's check out the top-end speed on the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen. Sodding hell, right. Okay, I think we might have a rather interesting vehicle here, ladies and gentlemen. That got some very, very good air down there. Let's have a look at this acceleration. Right, Jesus Christ. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we may have a bit of a dark course here, you know, didn't expect that to be so good. Okay, right, so very good acceleration, very good top-end speed. Did try to check out the stability, ladies and gentlemen. The camera got down, have a look there, and you know what, it is actually rather stable as well. You know, you start wiggling a lot, yes, you will lose the back end there, but no, generally speaking, it is quite stable, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a shame the sodding hell, right, bloody hell, and we scuppered that bottom left-hand corner, right, yes, left-hand corner, sorry. The only downside with this thing, ladies and gentlemen, there goes Mr. Bloody Raccoon. Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, very heavy steering, shockingly heavy, in fact, you know, quite difficult to control in that way, but very stable, you know, and quite a wide turning circle. Whoops, sorry, hell with the car. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the initial standard lap. What do we think of it? Well, we'll discuss that, I suppose, when we take it on inside the custom auto shop, which is what we're about to do presently. Okay, and there we go. Mr. Raccoon will be taking his vehicle and modifying it to at the same time, you know. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have brought it into the custom auto shop, as you can see. And as always, we will be going through this section of the video, ladies and gentlemen, at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, you know, but also give you a chance to have a look at the different modifications, both aesthetic and performance, that can be applied to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. Okay, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Now, Mr. Raccoon is informing me, you know, there are a good deal, he says, a good deal, 21, I believe he claims, modifications, you know, and of course, the subcategories within all of those, 21 different modifications he claims can be affected to the 190Z there, ladies and gentlemen, the Karen, I should point it out. This, ladies and gentlemen, the Lampadati Viseris, or the whatever on earth it's called. Yeah, I don't think it's got quite so many, but I do like the look of it. Okay, so what do we say then, listen? Well, like I say, I'm absolutely overawed by the look of it, you know, really taken by it, ladies and gentlemen. As I you know, I can't help it, I'm not going to keep saying it, ladies and gentlemen, but really just very, very striking in my book. Like I say, a muscle car and a sort of Italian sports car or supercar there crossed, ladies and gentlemen, in a classic era, of course. And yes, I'm very, very impressed by the styling of this sort of vehicle. Okay, so that then sort of brings us on to the performance, ladies and gentlemen. What do we think of the performance? Well, as you may well have deduced from my initial review of the unmodified version, ladies and gentlemen, really rather impressive, you know. I'm sort of itching to get this up to the track, you know. I've got a feeling that we may have accidentally stumbled across a rather fine car indeed here, you know. The acceleration was extremely appreciable, very good, I would say, you know. The top end speed, my god, it felt like it was shifting, you know. Stability, ladies and gentlemen, perfectly fine. We're talking about the unmodified version now, you must understand. And the only weak point that I was able to sort of ascertain, ladies and gentlemen, to choose, you know, was with the handling, as I have said, you know, rather heavy, rather sluggish, wide turning circle, if you know, doesn't sort of play well, really, when you're trying to get yourself around those tracks so quickly, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the corners and whatnot may sort of be a hindrance there, maybe. We'll come and see it doubtlessly, you know. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna first of all have to finish with the modifications of this vehicle, and as you may well be aware, if you have seen any of the other videos we put out, ladies and gentlemen, when we start getting to the coloration, ladies and gentlemen, that really does indicate we are now approaching the end of this section of the video, and I thank God for that. Okay, now I was thinking of putting it in orange, ladies and gentlemen, but I've got to be perfectly honest with you, I quite like the green, you know, shocking as it is, lime green, I think. So it's either maybe white, maybe green, crew color, or orange. I do like the orange, but yeah, that's what they had advertised in, ladies and gentlemen, in Legendary Motorsport. So I think I'm going to go for the lime green, you know, much to Mr. Raccoon's consternation, I should point out as well. Okay, well, we're going to send it on outside, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go and perform the initial standard lap, or the second standard lap, and we've got Mr. Raccoon with us there in a modified, whoops, a daisy, just took out a car there, didn't we? That's a bit of a star for us. Yeah, so there we go, Mr. Raccoon in his Karen 190Z, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, yes, there is no question, the Viseris, or the Viseris, or the whatever on earth it is, the Viseris, has a much better acceleration, ladies and gentlemen. There's no question about it. As you can see, it flew up that hill. Okay, top end speed, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it really is motoring down there. It really is absolutely shifting, you know. Got a fantastic engine sound to it as well. Okay, getting around this corner, got to brake heavily, ladies and gentlemen, to get around there. But yes, you know, you can get around there in perfectly good form, you know, as long as you're not going too fast. Like I say, once again, the acceleration. Look at the top end speed, ladies and gentlemen. This is under $1 million, and this car really does seem to be flying along. This really is very impressive, ladies ladies and gentlemen. Okay, really sort of now very interested to get this up to the top speed test track as well as sandy shores, you know. Okay, so there we go, you know, that is the standard lap. What can you say? Well, we didn't crash it once, did we? Wouldn't have thought we'd have had 2 or 3 videos trying to get that right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so there's Mr. Raccoon pulling him behind me, and that's a remark on his driving, of course, a remark on the Karen there, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, today's we got the police, you know. Okay, and Mr. Raccoon, in case you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen, really doesn't like the police, and I think he's about to express that at that point. Yes, quite succinctly. Okay, really just sort of take that up a level, didn't you, Mr. Raccoon? Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've brought them both down now to the top speed test track. This is the Lampadati Viseris, or the Viseris, or whatever it's called, $875,000 up against the Karen 190Z, ladies and gentlemen. Retailing for a price of $900,000, and not really a race, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking more interested in their top speed times, you know. That's exactly why we brought it to this race, and here we go. Okay, so just to give you an indication, ladies and gentlemen, what we consider to be a broadly competitive time, you know, is about 53-54 seconds. That's what the Pegasus and Porno can make it down here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we consider to be a broadly competitive time. Okay, so it makes it across the line well ahead of the 190Z, and let's see what sort of time we get. Okay, oh no, we're waiting for the 190Z. Oh, there we go. That's the 190Z finishing some way behind us. And it's okay, 54.754, ladies and gentlemen. You can see we get a 101 there on the Karen 190Z. So 54 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. It's inside the competitive time barrier, ladies and gentlemen. We consider this to be at least down the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen, a competitive vehicle. You know, it's very, very fast. You know, it's Pegasus and Torno territory, ladies and gentlemen. You know. Okay, so that's also top speed now. The first race, ladies and gentlemen, we're going up against the Karen 190Z. It wouldn't be proper to do anything else now, would it? Now we have Mr. Raccoon driving that vehicle. I should point out he will be driving all of the other vehicles, you know. His name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find it. And when you go do that, he's got some rather good videos on there. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Lampadati Viseris, or the Viseris, or whatever the hell it's called, yes, makes it across the line, significantly ahead of the Karen 190Z. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Shyster Deviant. This is a muscle car, you know, I do believe anyway. $512,000, my understanding is the cost of this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Up against $875,000. We've got a classic sports car versus a muscle car. Both from not the most recent vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, the most modern vehicles, so perhaps we'd expect to see the classic sports win, but not by that much, ladies and gentlemen. Not by that much. I mean, that really is an absolute thrashing, let's be perfectly honest about these things. Okay, so the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen, takes down the Shyster Deviant with no problem whatsoever. Okay, so there we go. We have to wait for him to cross the line, and there he comes. Okay, hard cheese, old boy. Okay, so we're going to send it on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Garotti Turismo. No, this is the Garotti Turismo Classic, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe, you know. Rather fine car, once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is another sports classic, you know. And my understanding, I believe that this particular vehicle is retailing for, and give me one moment there, $705,000, I do believe it is, ladies and gentlemen, for the Turismo Classic, up against obviously 875 there, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, okay, so the Viseris is in the lead there, but my God, it's having to fight for it. Whoops, it just hit a bump in the road, lost it, and the sodding Raccoon came past me. Wretched swine. But I think we can conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the Viseris is the faster car, and I've been able to hold it, ladies and gentlemen. Then yes, that would have been a different result, you know. Okay, so there's the Fister Comet Retro, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for a price of $745,000, you know. So we're getting closer now to the $875,000 asking price for the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen. Another classic sports car, it has to be said. This is the retro-fitted Comet, ladies and gentlemen, the Comet Retro, and as you can see, yes, there's no question, ladies and gentlemen, we do this race a number of times, you know, just to make sure we are getting the right result. And yes, the Fister Comet Retro, ladies and gentlemen, can take down the Viseris, which means in real terms, it's actually not that competitive. Okay, so competitive around the track, ladies and gentlemen, competitive on the top speed test straight, ladies and gentlemen, not around the track, it would turn out. Okay, so to prove that point, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pegasus Zentorno, $725,000. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a modern day supercar has the sort of acceleration that really is going to sort of change this race, ladies and gentlemen, quite significantly. Okay, so they both get down the top speed test track in broadly similar times, but my God, that's a world of difference between them, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, so there we go. Big Daddy's here absolutely destroying the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen. That will pretty much be an end of it. It's not a competitive vehicle. Okay, really, what's this? Is Sonic Hell Rock? Okay, spinny. Right, well, that only leaves us with one more question, ladies and gentlemen, and that question is the Grotti Italy GTO. Right, this is what Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as the final masquerade, and that's for the very good reason that for the time being, there seems there's very little out there that's going to be able to take down the Grotti Italy GTO, and the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to be the car to do it. Okay, so, well, there we go. That being said, what can we say of it, well, like I say, I mean, round the streets there, ladies and gentlemen, really is a very, very fine vehicle, and you look at him, he's all the way in the distance there. Look at that, shocking, really, isn't it? And whoops, how about that hard cheese? Oh, my goodness, he's taken a bit of a spill there, hasn't he? Landed on the wheel, so how about that? Right, you're right there, Mr. Raccoon, do be careful, old boy, for God's sake, man. Right, okay, there we go. Right, I'll hop out and give it up the final. Actually, I'll take it on to the sun. I think I'll take it on to the sun, ladies and gentlemen, before we give it a final review, Okay, so here we go. We'll back it up, and spin it around, and there we go. Get some sunlight on it. Nice. Okay, so what do we think of the Viseris, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's under $1 million. I don't expect it to be competitive around the track, Is it worth the money? Well, both me and Raccoon both come to the conclusion that yes, it is. Sodding Raccoon! Bloody swine. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for watching.